I'll take it out here. It looks good. I like the finish on it. It's got a lot of holes on the bottom, which should help with heat dissipation, which is good. So for the Kia EV6 and a lot of vehicles, you'll use the USB-A to USB-C cable. I'll unfold it here and plug it into the Tbox Plus. Nice and tight fit. Then I'll plug it into the vehicle's USB-A data port. And it lights up. And I'll just sit it in the cubby underneath for now. And it will turn on and pull everything up. It calibrates the display output to match the size of the vehicle's display. Then it's going to restart. And this is what it looks like when it loads up. It gives you a warning about not using it while the vehicle is in motion, obviously. You can check the box to have this not show up again, which is nice. So I'll tap that and hit agree and accept. And here we go. This is the default home screen launcher. It is running Android 12, but it is compatible with both Android and iPhones. You can see it comes preloaded with various apps. It's nice and responsive. It's laid out very similar to the regular Tbox since it's running the same launcher. I'll tap settings here. This does look different. We have a lot of options for various settings we can change. I'll increase the video definition to the highest here. If you tap more, you get the normal Android settings menu. I'll go ahead and enable dark theme here. I do prefer that. And I'll go ahead and pull up the software version here too. You can see it is indeed running Android 12, and it has those 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. We have the same floating navigation bar as the normal Tbox. You just tap the white dot and it opens up the menu where you can go to the home screen, go back, go to recent apps, open the voice assistant, do side-by-side windows, clear RAM, and exit to the car's normal infotainment system. It's pretty easy to use. I'll go to the bottom here and pull up the Tbox Plus version info for anyone that's interested as well. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and connect to the Wi-Fi, log into some apps, download some additional apps from the Play Store, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go into the settings here and try out Launcher Style 2. And that's new. That's pretty cool. You can have the maps up and various widgets and a speedometer, which is nice. Right now it's in kilometers per hour, so I would change that if I were to use this, but that's pretty neat. I'll go ahead and pull up HBO Max here and show you guys that. And I had opened up Chrome and then tapped the multi-window button, so I'll show you how that looks. You can see it on the side. It's waiting for me to choose the other window. So I'll open back up HBO Max. And there we go. Now, one thing I will download is Nova Launcher. I use that to customize my home screen and my app list on all my devices, and it works pretty well. While that's downloading, I'll show you guys Disney Plus. There are some apps that you'll find the App Store will say is not compatible, like Disney Plus here. For those, you can search using Google Chrome for the APK to download. Be sure to use a reputable site like APK Mirror. Then, once you download it, you can give it permission to install, and it will install it that way, and it'll work just fine. Now I'll show you guys a couple more things. If you tap Home, you can see it takes you out of everything. Then you just tap Apple Carplay to go back to it. It does run using the Apple Carplay protocol. For wireless connectivity, you tap AutoKit. This will connect it to the wireless Android Auto in my instance. You can adjust some settings here, like having it automatically connect when it starts up. And I'll show you it works just like normal here. Audio quality is good. You have your normal Android Auto experience. Then you tap Google to go back to the Tbox Plus interface. Now, one question I know will come up is how long does it take to turn on? So let's check that out. I'll unplug it here, then plug it right back in. And there we go. Not bad at all. I did select to have wireless Android Auto start automatically, so I'll cancel that. But yeah, it's looking good. Now I'm going to go log into everything and set up Nova Launcher. All right, it is another day since it was getting late, but you can see my new setup here. I'll go ahead and open up Disney Plus so you can see that working. Oh, now I'll pull up Netflix. Again, we have the option to download here too. Most, if not all of these apps have that option, which is nice. Now I want to show you guys Car Scanner too. I have it connected to my Bluetooth OBD2 reader and it works great. You can see all the details about the vehicle and the battery. I'll also show you guys the OMU app connected to my new 12-volt battery from OMU. It works well too. It's pretty cool to have all this in my car's display. You can see I have a variety of apps here, but again, you can download thousands from the Google Play Store. I also have ABRP installed, which is nice for EV route planning. You can see it has my vehicle details here, and you have all the options that you have in the app. And if you get ABRP Premium, you can connect it to your OBD2 reader and get live data for more accuracy, which is pretty cool. Now again, I have Nova Launcher installed, which is how I customize the home screen and app list here. I'll probably do a future video on customization options. For now though, I just wanted to kind of show you guys how it all works and what it can do. But yeah, overall it's working really well. It's smooth and responsive. It looks good. Honestly, it looks and works just like a tablet. Hey everyone, Technically Jeff here, and today I'm testing out the new Carlinkit 2 Air, aka the Carlinkit 5.0. This converts both wired CarPlay and Android Auto to wireless. The device. It's a nice and very tight fit with a USB-C connector. That's good. You definitely don't want it to have any kind of wiggle to it. That was a problem I had with the previous AA wireless device. Then I'll plug it into my car. And on my phone, I'll connect it to its Bluetooth. Now I'm recording using the same phone that I'm testing with here, so it does stop recording when I connect it to Android Auto. So when I caught that, I did disconnect it and reconnect it to the vehicle and then start recording again as it connected. I don't want you guys thinking it took 3 minutes to connect. But once you connect to the Bluetooth, it just loads right up. And I'll test out some functions here. Music quality is very good. And yeah, it seems pretty solid. Now let's test it with an iPhone. So I have my old iPhone here. I'll go into the Bluetooth settings and connect it to the AutoKit Bluetooth. And I'll select to use CarPlay. And it just loads right up. Quality looks good here too. It's very responsive. I know some CarPlay adapters have a lag, but this doesn't have any kind of a lag at all. I don't have music on the iPhone to listen to, but overall it's very responsive and it looks good. It's nice to have a device that can convert both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay from wired to wireless, since a lot of people use both in their households. And one of the benefits of the new Carlinkit 5.0 over the previous versions is that it actually uses the proper protocol for both. So previous generations and many other adapters out there used wired CarPlay to provide wireless Android Auto. And while that works, it can cause issues like lagging, disconnects, that sort of thing. This new Carlinkit 5.0 converts wired CarPlay to wireless CarPlay and wired Android Auto to wireless Android Auto. So it should be a better overall experience, especially for Android users. Now to access the backend settings, you open the web browser and go to 192.168.50.2. One thing to note, if you're on an Android device, you need to connect directly to the Wi-Fi using password 123456778. Android phones won't let you use the Wi-Fi connection that's being used by Android Auto, so you can't just open your browser on an Android phone and go to it like you do on the iPhone here that I'm showing you. But yeah, this shows you details about the device. You can see the phones that have connected to it in the past. And there are various settings here that you can change. It would be nice if there were descriptions here of what everything means, but that's what Google's for. Basically, you can make it work with CarPlay or Android Auto if you want. Sync mode is for compatibility with older cars. Background fixes if it just shows a black screen. Auto connect, that's self-explanatory. Category is for audio quality, so DVD is the best there, so I'm leaving that. And there are a few other things you can change here too. Setting the FPS to 20, for example, can help if there's a lag. But yeah, it's nice to have access to those settings. And I did want to show you guys too, I tested out Android Auto again without making any backend changes, and this time it loaded up and didn't have any real lag. It's still not super snappy, but that's Android Auto for you. But overall, it works well. Again, music sounds fine. The multi-touch functionality works as it should. You can switch between apps quickly. You can scroll quickly. So it seems fine. The initial lag was likely just the fact that the device was initializing for the first time. But overall, I think this is definitely a solid option.